Ladies, let's talk about something that most people shy away from talking about. But tonight we're going to get real. I want you to sit back, relax, and open your mind because this is about taking your relationship, your intimacy, and your connection to a whole new level. I'm not here to be shy or timid. I'm here to give it to you straight. And when it comes to keeping your man captivated, there's an art to it. And no, I'm not talking about just cooking his favorite meal or dressing nice. This is about understanding the game behind the passion. You see, men respond to energy, to confidence, and to a woman who knows what she wants. It's like a magnet. When a woman embraces her sexuality unapologetically, a man can't help but be drawn in. And tonight, I'm about to drop some knowledge that most people would be too embarrassed to talk about in public. But we're grown adults here, so we're going to speak truth, plain and simple. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Really? 5 positions? Yes, ladies, 5. And I promise, each one is designed not just to turn him on, but to make him completely lose control. I'm talking about leaving him speechless, thinking about you all day, and craving your touch like it's the air he breathes. This isn't just about physical pleasure, it's about creating a connection so deep that he feels like you're the only woman in the world who can give him this kind of experience. Ladies, let's talk about the dominant queen. This is where everything changes. Because when a woman steps into this role, she doesn't just participate, she leads. She owns the room, she owns the energy, and she owns the moment. Confidence is magnetic, and men are wired to respond to a woman who knows exactly what she wants. When you step up and embrace your power, you're not asking for attention, you're demanding it, and he will give it to you willingly. You see, this isn't about being bossy or overbearing. It's about embracing your sexuality and showing him that you're in charge of this connection. When you take control in the bedroom, it sends a message that you are confident, self-assured, and unapologetically yourself. And let me tell you, men love that. They crave that energy. They want a woman who can lead, who can guide, and who can ignite that fire like no one else. Now, being the dominant queen isn't just about position or physical movement, it's a mindset. It's about commanding attention with your presence, your touch, your voice, and your intentions. Every gesture, every glance, every whisper carries power. You don't rush, you don't hesitate, you move with purpose. The way you approach intimacy changes everything because he senses that this is not ordinary, this is extraordinary. And here's the kicker. When you lead with confidence, you create a dynamic where he feels free to let go, free to surrender, and free to fully experience the pleasure you're giving him. Men don't want someone who is timid or unsure. They want someone who is fearless, who knows how to take charge, and who can make the entire experience unforgettable. Let's talk about the energy you bring as the dominant queen. It's playful, it's assertive, and it's magnetic. You tease, you challenge, you push boundaries, and you create tension that keeps him on edge. He's drawn to you like a moth to a flame, and every moment he's with you, he's captivated, anticipating what you'll do next. You control the pace, you control the rhythm, and you control the experience. And when you do it right, it's not just physical, it's mental, emotional, and psychological. He's thinking about you even when you're not around. He's craving your presence, your touch, your energy. Being the dominant queen also allows you to explore new ways to connect, to express your desires, and to assert your sensuality without shame. You create a space where both of you can be uninhibited, where passion flows naturally, and where pleasure is not just an afterthought, it's the main event. And trust me, when a man feels that level of intensity, he can't help but respond. He loses control not because you're doing something extreme or complicated, but because your confidence and command create an irresistible force. He's drawn to your leadership, your energy, and your unapologetic presence. And that's when the magic happens. Now, let's get into the teasing spiral. This is where things get really interesting because it's all about anticipation, about building that tension that drives a man absolutely wild. Ladies, the secret to making him lose control isn't just in what you do, it's in what you don't do right away. It's about the slow burn, the dance of desire that keeps him on the edge of his seat, heart racing, mind spinning. You see, men are hunters by nature, wired to chase, to pursue, to be captivated by something just out of reach. And when you master the art of teasing, you turn that natural instinct into a full-blown craving that he can't resist. The teasing spiral is about creating a rhythm, a pattern of give and take that keeps him guessing, keeps him engaged, keeps him hooked. It's in the way you move, the way you touch, the way you look at him with just enough intensity to make him feel like he's about to get everything he wants, but then you hold back just for a moment. That pause, that hesitation, is what fuels desire. It's the suspense that makes every touch, every whisper, every glance more electrifying than the last. You're building a spiral, a cycle of anticipation that keeps winding tighter and tighter until he's completely captivated by you. And here's the beautiful part. This isn't about playing games. This is about control, about creating an experience that is intentional and magnetic. Every tease, every playful push, every suggestive look is a tool to pull him deeper into your world. You're showing him that pleasure isn't just given, it's earned, it's experienced, and it's heightened by your energy. When you spiral into this rhythm, he starts to think about you constantly. He's not just in the moment, he's anticipating the next moment, wondering what you'll do next, craving the next wave of intimacy that only you can deliver. The teasing spiral also lets you explore your own power and sensuality in a way that is playful and confident. You get to test boundaries, to play with energy, to switch between soft and intense, slow and fast, gentle and commanding. And each shift, each adjustment only makes him hungrier, more engaged, more lost in the experience of you. You're not rushing anything. You're savoring every second, making every interaction count, and drawing him into a world where he can't escape, even if he wanted to. And here's the key. When you master the art of teasing, you are no longer just a participant in intimacy. You're orchestrating it. You're setting the pace, the tone, and the energy. You're making him wait, making him want, making him crave your presence and your touch. And in that craving, in that anticipation, you gain a kind of power that is intoxicating. He's not just responding physically, he's responding mentally, emotionally, and psychologically. He's completely wrapped up in the experience of you riding the spiral you've created, unable to resist the pull of your energy, your confidence, and your playfulness. Now, let's dive into the surprise angle. This one is all about breaking patterns and catching him off guard in the most irresistible way. You see, men love predictability in life sometimes, but when it comes to intimacy, predictability is boring. If you want him to lose control, you have to introduce that element of surprise, that unexpected twist that keeps him alert, excited, and completely enthralled. It's not about being reckless. It's about being creative, playful, and confident enough to explore new angles, new positions, new ways to connect that he's never seen coming. The surprise angle works because it engages him mentally as much as physically. When a man is confronted with something unexpected, his mind starts racing. He's trying to figure you out, trying to anticipate your next move. And that anticipation heightens everything, the sensations, the pleasure, the connection. Suddenly, intimacy is not just about what's happening in the moment. It's about the thrill of discovery, the excitement of experiencing something fresh and exhilarating with the woman he's completely captivated by. And ladies, when you can command that sense of intrigue, that spark of unpredictability, you hold the power in a way that's magnetic, intoxicating, and unforgettable. Now, this doesn't mean you need to reinvent the wheel every time. Sometimes it's a slight shift, a subtle change in rhythm, or a playful adjustment that makes all the difference. It's the little things, the tilt of a body, a change in angle, a whispered suggestion that turn an ordinary moment into something extraordinary. Men respond to novelty. And when you combine that with confidence and intention, you create an experience that is not just pleasurable, but deeply memorable. He starts to anticipate not just the pleasure itself, but the excitement of the unknown, the thrill of being completely immersed in a woman who knows how to keep things unpredictable and engaging. The beauty of the surprise angle is that it allows you to explore your own creativity and playfulness in a way that feels natural and empowering. You're not just reacting to him, you're leading, guiding, and shaping the experience. Every shift, every subtle change, every unexpected move communicates confidence, control, and sensuality. And when a man senses that you are in full command of the situation while still keeping it playful and fun, it ignites a desire that's hard to resist. He's mentally hooked, emotionally engaged, and physically captivated all at once. And here's the key point: this angle is more than just a physical maneuver, it's a statement about your presence, your energy, and your ability to create moments that are intense, memorable, and completely immersive. By introducing unpredictability, by keeping him guessing just enough to heighten the excitement, you make every encounter feel electric. He's not just participating in intimacy, he's experiencing a woman who brings novelty, creativity, and confidence to the table. And in that space, he loses control, not because he's forced to, but because he's completely drawn into the energy you're radiating, the pleasure you're orchestrating, and the thrill of the unexpected that only you can deliver. Now, let's move into the deep connection. This is where intimacy transcends the physical and touches something far more powerful, something that makes a man completely lose control, because it's not just about the body, it's about the mind, the heart, and the energy between you. Ladies, when you can combine emotional intimacy with physical closeness, you create a connection that's irresistible. Men may chase physical pleasure, but when you give them something deeper, something that resonates on multiple levels, it's a game changer. He's not just responding to touch, he's responding to presence, to intention, to the undeniable bond that you're creating. The deep connection is about being fully present in the moment, about giving him the sense that nothing else in the world matters except the two of you. Every glance, every whisper, every caress carries meaning. It's about making him feel seen, desired, and completely absorbed in your energy. When you merge emotional intimacy with physical closeness, it amplifies everything: the sensations, the chemistry, the anticipation. He can't help but be drawn in because it's more than a moment of pleasure. It's a moment of shared energy, of mutual vulnerability, of a connection that feels electric and unbreakable. This is also where communication becomes a superpower. You don't have to speak in long sentences. Sometimes a look, a touch, or a soft murmur conveys more than words ever could. Men are incredibly perceptive to energy, to emotion, to subtle signals, and when you channel your attention and affection in a way that feels genuine and confident, he responds in kind. The deep connection allows you to create a rhythm that is both sensual and emotionally charged, a rhythm that he can't ignore and doesn't want to escape. And here's the magic of it: when you cultivate this level of intimacy, every movement, every gesture, every shift in position becomes more impactful. Physical pleasure is heightened because it's paired with emotional resonance. He's thinking about you, he's craving you, not just for the physical sensations, but for the way you make him feel seen, valued, and completely captivated. It's a combination of confidence, vulnerability, and presence that makes him feel like no one else in the world can give him this experience. The deep connection also gives you the freedom to explore your own desires in a way that feels safe, powerful, and mutually fulfilling. You're not just following along, you're leading, guiding, and co creating an experience that is intense, passionate, and unforgettable. He becomes a participant in a dance of energy, emotion, and physicality that leaves him entirely captivated by you. When you master this balance, the effect is profound. He's not just engaged in the moment, he's consumed by it. The combination of emotional depth and physical closeness creates a kind of intimacy that is rare, magnetic, and addictive, and it keeps him coming back for more. Now, let's get into the playful switch. This is where things get lively, fun, and unpredictable. And it's exactly what keeps a man on his toes, completely captivated by your energy. Ladies, the key here is variety and spontaneity. You see, intimacy can get routine if you let it. And when a man senses routine, his excitement starts to fade. The playful switch is all about breaking that routine, introducing surprises, changing the pace, and keeping the energy high. It's about showing him that you're confident, adventurous, and fully in command of your own desires while making the experience exciting for both of you. The beauty of the playful switch is that it taps into a man's curiosity and sense of fun. When you change positions, alter the rhythm, or playfully tease him in ways he doesn't expect, it stimulates both his mind and his body. It's not just a physical change, it's a mental jolt, a spark that keeps him engaged, alert, and completely focused on you. Men love a woman who can mix sensuality with a sense of humor, who can be both bold and playful at the same time. That combination is intoxicating because it signals confidence, creativity, and a deep understanding of how to make intimacy thrilling. Now, being playful doesn't mean being careless. Every switch, every adjustment, every little twist is intentional. It's about keeping him guessing, keeping him excited, and keeping the energy alive throughout the experience. You can shift from slow and tender to quick and energetic, from dominant to teasing, from soft whispers to confident commands. Each shift keeps him engaged, fully present, and craving more because he never quite knows what you'll do next. And when he's riding that wave of unpredictability, he's mentally and physically hooked on you. The playful switch also empowers you to explore your own sensuality and boundaries. You're not confined to a single pattern or position. You're free to express yourself, to innovate, and to take control of the energy in the room. That freedom makes you more confident, and confidence is magnetic. When a man senses that you're enjoying yourself, that you're playful, adventurous, and fully immersed in the moment, he can't resist responding with equal intensity. You're not just creating physical pleasure, you're creating an experience that's memorable, exhilarating, and entirely centered around the connection between the two of you. And here's the thing, this style keeps intimacy fresh, exciting, and full of life. It shows him that you're confident, bold, and unafraid to take risks in pursuit of pleasure. The playful switch turns ordinary moments into unforgettable experiences. And it makes him see you as someone who is not just a partner, but a force of energy, passion, and excitement that he can't get enough of. Men are drawn to spontaneity, to fun, to a woman who can mix excitement with confidence. When you master this, he's completely captivated, riding the energy you create and mentally replaying the moments long after the night is over. Now, let's dive into the ultimate control. This is the pinnacle, the moment where everything comes together, the confidence, the energy, the teasing, the surprises, and the deep connection, and it puts you in complete command of the experience. Ladies, when you step into this space, you're not just participating. You are orchestrating every sensation, every emotion, and every reaction. Men are wired to respond to a woman who knows what she wants and isn't afraid to take the lead. The ultimate control is about using that understanding to create an intensity that leaves him completely captivated, craving more, and utterly powerless in the face of your energy. Ultimate control is not about dominance for the sake of dominance. It's about awareness, intention, and mastery of the moment. It's about reading his responses, sensing his energy, and adjusting yours to elevate both pleasure and connection. You're the conductor, he's the audience, and together you create a symphony of passion that he can't resist. Every touch, every look, every movement is deliberate, designed to heighten anticipation, deepen desire, and pull him further into the spell you're weaving. Men don't just react to physical touch, they react to energy, confidence, and the sense that you are fully present and fully in charge. When you embrace ultimate control, you combine everything you've learned: the playful teasing, the unexpected surprises, the deep emotional connection, and the creativity in switching things up. You bring all of that together in a way that feels seamless and magnetic. The result is a man who is not just physically engaged, but mentally and emotionally captivated as well. He's thinking about you before, during, and after, because the experience you create is unforgettable. It's not just about pleasure, it's about leaving a lasting impression, a memory, and a craving that keeps him coming back for more. This also allows you to explore and assert your own desires. Ultimate control isn't about giving up your power, it's about embracing it fully. You get to lead, guide, and shape the experience while being responsive to his energy. You create a dynamic where he feels free to surrender, to let go, and to be completely present with you. And the beauty of it is that surrender doesn't come from force, it comes from desire, from attraction, from the magnetic pull of a woman who knows exactly how to captivate him. Every glance, every touch, every whisper reinforces that pull, making him feel like he is completely under your spell. Ultimate control is also about confidence, presence, and intentionality. It's about understanding that intimacy is more than just physical, it's a game of energy, connection, and influence. When you master this, you become the woman who can hold his attention, ignite his desire, and create a level of intensity that he can't find anywhere else. Men are drawn to women who radiate confidence, who own their sexuality, and who can combine pleasure with intention. And when you bring all of that together in one powerful magnetic presence, he loses control, not because he wants to, but because he's completely drawn into the energy, the passion, and the magnetic force that only you can create.